Buenos días y buen bonitos de todos. Welcome and good morning to everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, on the weekly talk section. Today is the last Sunday of October, being Sunday, October 26th, and we are continuing the monthly topic of Glow Up with the topic for today, offerings as light. And this is one of my favorite weekends to have a talk on light here in Mexico. Again, the suggested reading for this month is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Kimmerer. So at this time, I would like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Vallarta, whether you are on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time. Here we teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, know that it is the right one for you and that everyone is welcome here. So we teach the philosophy called the science of mind. It's based on new thought and ancient wisdom, where we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth and honor diversity in all aspects. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded the teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the science of mind. And when asked to provide a concise definition of the teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. We offer the Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. on each Sunday. And on the first and third Sundays of the month, we will be meeting in person. However, right now, the meetings are still postponed due to the road construction near the coffee shop, La Ventana. So we are currently seeking other options for gathering, and I've got a couple that I'm in the works with. So stay tuned for more information about an upcoming in-person meeting location. And after service, whether it's on Zoom or in person, please join us for some great conversations and have a coffee with other like-minded people. Also, in order to grow this center, we are inviting guest speakers on the second Sunday of each month to provide the message in Spanish with English translation. So if you know of a practitioner or minister or a student of the science of mind that is looking for an opportunity to speak, then please let them know that we are here looking for them. And now let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. More on all of these can be found on their own drop-down page on our website. So if you're interested in learning more, please check that out. So, what would you do if you knew that when you die, you would have the opportunity to return to this life and be honored? How would you like to be remembered? Ernest Holmes wrote this: I believe in the continuation of the personal life beyond the grave, in the continuity of the individual stream of consciousness with a full recollection of myself and the ability to know and to make itself known. So there's many traditions that talk about life after death. And our Declaration of Principles tells us that we believe in the eternity, immortality, and continuity of the soul in perennial expansion. And something similar occurs in Mexican culture on November 2nd, the Day of the Dead, which is believed that death is the return of the soul to the eternal house of God. November 1st is also celebrated and dedicated to the children that have died. This 2-day celebration is a feast in memory of people who have already made their transition in this life. They are honored and remembered with rituals and symbolism that emphasizes remembering our life or their life versus forgetting them. Although the festival varies according to the region of the country, the popular belief is that on the November 2nd, deceased adult souls return to this world to visit their family and friends, and therefore certain rituals are carried out to prepare for their visit, including the making of altars, offerings, and light. The symbolism of this sacred tradition can be applied and reflected in our own daily lives. And today we will see how to do it in celebration. Ernest Holmes wrote this: the principle of life cannot know death. The experience of dying is but the laying off of an old garment and the donning of a new one. There are bodies celestial and bodies terrestrial. There is a material body and a spiritual body. This spiritual body is the resurrection body. So the three main aspects of the Day of the Dead celebration are the altar, the offerings, and the light. First, the altar. The altar, or ofrenda, is where you remember loved ones who have made their transition and help them achieve eternal rest. Here, photos of the person, offerings, candles, colorful flowers, and objects that identify them are placed in a contemplative way. The altar can have different levels that represent the worlds that that person will go through to reach eternal rest. In some places, 3 are used, in others, 4, and sometimes up to 7 levels. The last level is where the soul reaches fulfillment. And this altar can be displayed a couple of days before and a couple of days after the celebration. So how does a Mexican Day of the Dead altar represent my life here and now? Well, the altar is staggered in a form that represents the levels of the soul. Our Science of Mind certified curriculum includes a model of consciousness growth. referred to as the aspects of consciousness. And there are 5 states of consciousness where the human being passes from victim consciousness to me, where the focus is life happens to me. Manifester or personal will consciousness, by me, where the focus is I make life happen. Channel or co-creator consciousness, through me, where the focus is life flows through me. Unity consciousness, as me, where the focus is I am one with life. And finally, cosmic or no separation consciousness, no me, only one, where the focus is only life is. We can consciously choose what level of the altar we will live from, or as today, as I am a victim, I'm an architect, I am a channel, or I am the representation of God as myself. We get to choose. In his book, This Life is Joy, Roger Teal wrote this: eternal life is not going on forever in time, and immortality is not living forever. Instead, eternity is transcending the lower dimensions of time and space, thus experiencing the eternal moment of now. Our true self is pure being, timeless presence. Then comes the offerings. Inside the altar, flowers and offerings are placed for the deceased, including a photo of them. The characteristic flowers of the altar are marigolds, whose aroma is supposed to be pleasant to the deceased, and its orange color is striking to attract their attention. The offerings can be things that the deceased liked and enjoyed. For example, if you liked wrestling or boxing, it'd be nice to see a set of boxing gloves or a fighter mask placed on the altar. But you can also buy a ticket to an event and offer that as the offering. Toys would be left for the children. However, what cannot be missed is food or water. And the food is most often bread or pan de muerto. And more often for the drink, you'll find tequila or cerveza. And although the altar can last up to a week, on November 1st and 2nd, it's customary to cook the deceased's favorite dish and place it on the altar as well. The offerings are given as thanks for having had the deceased in the lives of the people who make the altar. The Day of the Dead offerings reminds us of the law of circulation, which does not end when our body stops breathing. Our actions today have an impact on tomorrow. Today, we are building tomorrow and putting our mark in the book of life. So what feeling are you sowing in life today? And in what way do we honor and contribute today to the future of our family, to our community, and our society in the whole? Hafiz wrote this: in the moment of transition, I start skipping like a child. I turn into a leaf that is carried so high that I kiss the sun's mouth and dissolve. I begin to eternally laugh and love and dance. I run to kiss the divine and dissolve into the truth that I am. Finally, we have the candlelight. And something that cannot be missing from the celebration are candles and candle holders, which can be placed on the altar or anywhere in the house. In some regions of the country, it's customary to place candles outside the door of the house to show the deceased the way to enter the house. The flame produced in the candle represents light and hope and gives a mystical tone to the celebration. The great mystics have been illuminated by living the cosmic light. The reality is that we are all born with the possibility of seeing and living in an active and enlightened state of consciousness. Some of our spiritual practices that allow us to experience enlightenment are meditation and entering the silence, spiritual mind treatment, contemplation and self-reflection, visioning, and gratitude. In Buddhism, life and death are not opposites, but movements within the same eternal rhythm. The Buddha taught all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. And that's from the Dhammapada 277. This insight into impermanence invites us to release our grasp on what must inevitably change. Death, in this view, is not an end, but a transformation, a passage within the ongoing flow of consciousness. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes dying as a series of dissolutions through which awareness loosens its hold on form and opens into subtler dimensions. Buddhist practice prepares the heart for this moment, teaching that by embracing impermanence, we awaken to the truth that life and death are both expressions of the same luminous continuity. And Lao Tzu wrote this in Tao Te Ching. Birth is not a beginning. Death is not an end. There is only transformation. So the Mexican celebration of the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, has become globally popularized in part due to its inclusion in movies such as Coco. And it doesn't just depict the holiday, it revives and interprets it for all audiences, blending story, emotion, and symbolism in a way that honors the deeper spiritual essence of the celebration. In Coco, remembrance keeps ancestors alive in the land of the dead. When the living forget them, their spirits fade. In Dia de los Muertos, this is the heart of the altar. Photos and names are placed to sustain connection between worlds. Spiritually, this reflects the science of mind that consciousness is eternal. Energy and love never die. They only change form. This celebration illuminates the lives of our loved ones who have made their transition, and each celebration is a wake-up call to go within ourselves and reflect on what we are leaving today for the future. Ernest Holmes tells us in The Science of Mind, and so we prepare not to die, but to live. The thought of death should slip from our consciousness altogether. And when this great event of the soul takes place, it should be beautiful, sublime, a glorious experience. As the eagle, freed from its cage, rises to its original height, so the soul, freed from its home in a heavy flesh, will rise and return unto its Father's house, naked and unafraid. When death shall come, and the spirit, freed, shall mount the air, and wander afar in the great nowhere, it shall go as it came, free from sorrow, sin, and shame, and naked and bare through the upper air, shall go alone to that place nowhere. Hinder not its onward way, grieve not o'er its form of clay. For the spirit, freed now from clod, shall go alone to meet its God. And that's from The Science of Mind, page 388. And now I'll leave you with this quote from The Untethered Soul. What we call death is not an end, but a shift in consciousness, the release of form so that essence can return to its source. And that brings us to our affirmation for the week. My eternal light is now. And now for news and updates at our center. If you are interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we do offer courses via Zoom as well as in person. So connect with me or check our website for details. And let me know if there is a specific course that you are interested in taking, such as meditation or another book study, so that we can plan for these as well. And if you would like to have one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment, please connect with me. Also, if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, as membership does renew annually, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact me so that you can be sent the appropriate form. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And we are also starting to put our uploaded videos onto Substack. So watch for all of these and know that when you like our YouTube page, it changes the algorithm so that more people become aware of our channel and can join us. And now it's our time for mindful giving and financial support for our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. And we bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is greatly appreciated. Donations can be made using either PayPal or Tithely, and you'll find the links on our webpage, www.cslpv.org. You'll find them both on the landing page as well as on the page where you found this replay of the weekly talk. Alternatively, you can still send in a paper check by addressing it to CSLPV, number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. So thank you for coming together today. Please join me in our offertory affirmation, if you so choose. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So once again, thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. And today, more than ever, we need to stand for peace. So hug your loved ones, hug your neighbors, and may peace and love be with all of you. Blessings to all. Namaste.